Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers.
Okay, so in this episode, um, yeah, I've been kind of busy. Um, can you hear that noise? We have production going on. Went out and did some mining. Let's see. Let's go to refinery. Is churning away. It's got a bunch of ores that's already kicked out. Some of this, very little of this, was brought down from the Kestrel. Magnesium, gold, and silver. These three were for sure. The cobalt I found, the nickel and iron, which has already been used all up, is I went and harvested earlier. There's some more silicone and nickel going here. So there's still a lot in the Reaper still to be processed. So, in fact, I really want the nickel to get, or not the nickel, the iron to get processed. Okay, so now the iron will be processed, we can get some more iron going. So I not only have I done that, but I also started actually laying out the foundation for the perimeter wall for the base I want to build, and it looks something like this. Um, a few other things I've done is I added a gravity generator, and I've also started adding a solar bridge. So I started realizing how much power the assembler and refinery use, and so right now, with the batteries on, actually the batteries on, it doesn't really matter, but with the refinery going, the oxygen farms are going, we have our fuel time is dash, which means we're not even using the batteries right now. So once the refinery is done, I will kick it off and then recharge the batteries back up. I had a 14-day fuel time with the batteries on earlier, so it prompted me to build a few more solar panels, and then I thought I'd build them into a structure. So what I plan on doing is I'll relocate the batteries once this thing gets more stable, because right now they're holding it up right there. I think that counts as connection, but that's not going to stay there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little arch over this, make like a security gate right here on this, and then put a ramp on that end as well, going off into that rock, and then carve a little path so we'll be able to drive over the water. Efficient use for solar panels, I thought. They take up a lot of space, and we get power out of it. So okay, back to the perimeter wall. I'm headed down the path that we had talked about. So I got a conveyor block that goes underneath and connects to, there's another conveyor block over there. And so every place that there's a conveyor block, I plan on running up to a tower, like so. And so the tube runs along the middle of the wall, and it comes up to here, like so. I think I might change these to be like this. Because if I do that, then we'll be able to walk around in here when this is all walled up. Be all kind of sketchy, but I don't think we would have been able to walk through right here. I don't think that that's an option. Let's try that real quick. Let's see here. Yeah, so you can't get through right there, so. But with those there, we can. So we'll put those on the internal walls, so we can get around a little bit easier. So it impacted the planet here just a little bit. These I didn't really have to mine too often. I think I did right there. I think, yeah, somewhere in there. So, but I had to dig a trough, a trench for this tube to go through, and it was hilarious because now we have gravity, right? And I was like, well, I don't want to pick up all this organic So I swapped gravity, flung them up, right? It was pretty cool. Yeah. So there was like 300 little pellets of organic block rock or thingies all went shooting up towards the Kestrel, and I rushed up there, and yeah, they luckily the way we parked the Kestrel down here and lifted her straight up, they went all the way around. Literally, like I can't get my cursor to go into the right spot, but so literally just she's like in just the right spot. I can't tip my mouse up any higher. But yeah, they literally went straight from the middle, right along the side, and just like hundreds of them. Just I was expecting like the shotgun effect and all this damage to happen, but luckily it didn't happen that way. So put a tower there, and we'll probably end up putting a tower in the middle towards the back because, well, we have a gate over there with 2 towers, but nothing along this whole wall. So I think it'd be pretty cool to put another tower like right in the middle. So the cool thing is so now we got this tube that's going to connect and run all the way around the entire perimeter. So when we go to go build something, all we have to do is swap out this for a conveyor, and then in the wall run a pipe out, and then that building will be able to connect whatever building it is. So if it's the refinery, I think the refinery I'm going to put right here, it'll be able to connect to get power and also send and receive product as it builds it. So I think it's pretty cool surface-based tech that we can use. I might go underneath, kind of like I did here for the gate. Not sure yet. Figure that out when we get to actually building that part. So here's what this looks like. It's not done yet. It has to be all welded up, but so yeah, it's just a tube that drops down underneath and comes back up on the other side. So I guess I can pick this crap up while I'm down here. Ugh. Inventory full. So yeah, this is what this is going to do, and this will allow the entire base to stay connected. And as I continue to progress, I plan on moving different subsystems that we have in our little starter area into their actual structure. So, did we get it all? Oh, we're below gravity. So that's one thing that would be nice is like when we land on a planet, it'll just have gravity. So we don't have to worry about that too much. In creative mode, there's a gravity generator on here somewhere that has uranium in it, or not. Well, it's not uranium because otherwise we'd have gravity now. Come on, let me go. Trying to be careful with digging this earth out because right now there's no leaks. So can't see the fact that I've drilled a hole underneath. So that wall will continue straight through back and connect right to here. And then I'll build this tower up to be a little bit taller than the rest because it's going to be in this corner. And then I'll have, as a part of that tower, have a structure come up over and then come back down on the other side, kind of like I did on this side. So then I'll build off a ramp off of this side. So something like that, we'll just build a ramp down into the dirt and carve it out because there's a nice little crater on the other side. And then just keep carving it out and maybe head over towards this direction. Carve it like this. Just carve a little road into it. So we got to build some vehicles anyway. So that'll be part of that procedure. So the oxygen farms are still kicking. So yeah, I think one of the first rooms I want to get built is a refinery, so I can get it moved because it's impeding the wall's progression. So I think I'm going to build it right here. And we kind of went over it in one of the earlier videos about having it ramp up in, have some collectors some gravity collectors in the floor to pick up, just have the harvester drop off where it just rolls in and just drops a whole bunch of pellets out the base of it. And it'll also work for ships as well. We'll have a retractable roof on it, and then we can have ships fly in and drop off ore as well. So let's go ahead and go take a flight over to where I was doing all the mining at. Oh, that glitch. And I think this is it here. Yeah. So, yeah, this is where we did all our mining at earlier today. And so yeah, I made a okay size hole. It's hard to believe how big this mountain of ore is. When I was over here with the drone, I have such limited perspective with that drone. I'm just chewing away and chewing away, chewing away, and so much time goes by, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I made this massive crater, and I've been using this to pilot because our base doesn't have a radio on it yet, which is on my list of things to take care of. But I'm sitting in this so I can pilot the drones, right? Oh, crap. Well, so that just happened. And that took the reactor with it. So, yeah. How do I want to handle this? How far away am I from the Scorpion? Alright, so okay. Scorpion, remote control 3. So over rotate. Let's not wreck the Scorpion too. Scorpion also. My first concern is just to stop its altitude. There's a lot of components in this I need. So, brush components, motors, computers. I'm okay with its downward progression. Its lateral progression towards me is the angle that I'm not happy with. I'll let it hit me. It should stop going towards me and just continue its downward progression. And I missed. There we go. That's what we wanted right there. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go and we'll pin it against the water here. And bad time for a save. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the orbital defense block down. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I don't know if I have enough range to do this. The reason I'm grabbing this guy is because he has a Magalox. So let's see, we're 900 meters away. I am so glad these things don't have ammunition. Okay. So let's see, we're going to fly down here. So we're within range of us now, so that's good. Because the spacesuit only has a 500 meter range, but we're picking it up from the antenna of the Kestrel, so that works out. Alright, so we'll get down to about 50 meters and we'll hit our... I decided to do it a little bit sooner because, well, we don't want to crash the ship too. Nice little crater there. So luckily reactor components is something we can make pretty easily. Sadly, that was a lot of uranium that was in that ship that got lost right there. It's something we're kind of short on. Man, they are just focused very intently on something over there. So let's see here. We're going to use these maglocks because there's no thrusters over there. So let's get in a good position to where we can see what's going on here. Okay. Okay. I think we want to do it like this. A little more. Okay, I can't quite see. I can see the left one is engaged. I would like to have gotten more than one, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Oh, there we go. That'll do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back to the Scorpion. Let's get him out of the way. So this proves another problem is because I've been, like I was just saying, as I was using that ship for my control. Alright, so let's go get this orbital defense ship back over to the base. This will prove to be an interesting adventure. Well, it's handling quite well, considering how much weight is on it. So we're going to aim up over here. Alright, so alright, inertial dampeners are on. We definitely still have the payload. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. All right, so all right, let's head on over there, see what we got. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring this over, and what I want to do is I want to park it over here in this corner by that brown spot, but I also want to see the solar panels on the orbital defense. I want to get those to be pointing towards the sun, getting a full green. So, Control 3. Alright, so now I can see what's going on. Is that enough there? A little more. There we go. And let's go to K. Let's check our batteries. Are they all in recharge? Oh, see, yeah, they're all in recharge. That's why we were overdrawn. Fully charged in 4 hours. Okay. All right, so now I got to rebuild this. I'll probably use the components to build an antenna, so that's not as big of an issue. I got to tear all this down because this is going to go up on top of the walls. So, yeah, all this needs to go away. I almost crushed my face there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move one turret to each corner for now. And, yeah, so that's going to be next up on the agenda. I want to figure out how tall I want the wall to be. I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking like 2 or 3 more tall. So that's... See, I don't think that's... says keep out, but for as small a diameter it is, I think that's going to be sufficient. Because I think if for the planets, after we make the jump, I think we're going to go a little bit grander, because it's going to be a little bit different when being on a planet. So, all right, so we're going to wrap up here today. I've cracked a ship, and yeah, that was good times right there. Get all the stuff put away. Almost, there we go. Whoa, I wanted you. And you. Stay. Alright, so this is Havoc. Have fun. And keep gaming.